Yes.
All right. It's just kind of like, oh my God, you know, forget why you're even here. So thank you for coming out.
I'm sorry, I couldn't be here sooner. I'll get a beer at some point, but no one's offering me one.
So first of all, there's been a handful of changes, but really kind of what's been some of the positive comparisons that, that are between now and what's going on with last year and this year's team?
Well, this year's team, first of all, we've got a manager in place who is no nonsense. He drives us hard. It's a breath of fresh air to kind of have, to be a part of an organization now with a coaching staff who doesn't take any shortcuts. He holds every player accountable every day. 5 days a week we're in there. We're watching video. We're on the training ground. If he doesn't like something, we start again. If you got a problem with it, you can walk inside. But otherwise, we're there to do work. And he's brilliant. It's been fantastic. And I think you see the fruits of our labor. We would have taken Salt Lake to the woodshed had I not gotten sent off. And I think you see how far we've come. I mentioned to all the boys before the game, we've only played, 6 games or something. Yeah. And I said, here's the great thing. We stand in here before the game, and not once have we been out of a game. Doesn't mean we win every game, but we're in it. We have a plan. We have a strategy. We played the champions. We played the 2 best teams in the West, gone toe-to-toe, and I think you see how this is unfolding. So for me, to see us 6 games in, I'm excited for what the rest of the season holds.
Being in your position, you're kind of almost like the quarterback in a way. Is there kind of a way you can kind of maybe sit back and play a little scout and tell us what makes this team so hard to beat and why we are in every game that we've played so far?
Yeah, look, I think that I've been around managerial changes, and I think for me, as I've gotten older, the biggest thing is to sit down with the manager and understand what he wants, because then I'm his lieutenant, I'm the second voice, and we brought in some good leaders, so he's saying one thing, and then we're echoing that every day. What makes us good is this. He defines roles for each position, right? So as you heard him talk, we've got our center backs, our number 8s, our 2 wing backs, and so each role is very, very defined. And of course, soccer, it's not just off the cuff. There's things that go into a game plan. And so when he looks at our number 8s or our center backs or our wing backs or our strikers, with and without the ball, it's very, very clear cut. He tells you, you can do 1 or 2 things, but I want you doing this 10 out of 10 times. And so that's kind of where we're trying to climb to. Right now, we're probably, as a team, doing things 6 to 7 times out of 10. Yeah. But, we're going to get that to where it's 10 out of 10, and we'll be flying on all cylinders.
And you did mention that you've kind of had some managers in your career. Who would be the most intimidating manager that you've had?
That's easy. I was too young to quite understand how intimidating Sir Alex Ferguson was. So unfortunately, it's not him. It was David Moyes, again, another Scotsman cut from a similar cloth, take no nonsense, breathes fire. I've seen some things in my time to make me very afraid of him, but he was like a father figure to me, so I didn't want everyone to let him down. But he was the toughest for sure, the most formidable.
I'm sure there was a lot of takeaways as well. And now that you're kind of, Brian and I see you guys on the training pitch, you work with Zach and Sharpie kind of as a group. Could you give the rest of the guys kind of a little bit of insight of what you guys focus on and work just as the goalkeepers?
Yeah, I call it goalkeeper camp. It's fun, man. We just get off to the side, and the crazy thing is we do the same thing every day. It's monotonous, but it's the bread and butter of goalkeeping. The extraordinary saves happen probably 1 out of every 10 touches. The other 10 touches are the easy, simple things that you have to make look easy and simple. Otherwise, they say that you suck and all that kind of stuff. So, you got to work on it every day, and so we just get over there and repetition.
Awesome. B?
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go off soccer a little bit here, so I want to people get a chance to know you a little bit. But I anybody who follows you on social media, we see obviously your kids are number 1.
Yeah.
And parents, we get that.
Sure.
For sure, we're all the same. But kind of away from family and things like that. I recently heard you on your boy Michael Rappaport's podcast.
Yeah.
And that guy's a classic, by the way.
Crazy. I've never met someone more polarizing. Like, you either hate him, really, really hate him, or you really, really love him. There is no in between with him, which is pretty crazy.
That made you feel good, probably.
Yes, my job's easy.
Yeah, but you shared, kind of growing up with basketball. You loved it. Old school hip hop. You loved that. I mean, what are the kind of things that you like to do away from all this? Day to day, just getting away from the game.
Well, it's interesting you said it. I've been asked thousands of times, like, what my hobby is. And for a while, I thought I got to get a hobby. And what I realized as I got older was And I try and tell the young guys this.
Yeah.
There is no hobby. Like, you have to perfect your craft, right? Like, I don't play golf, one, because I'm not good at it, and two, because I have no time. Like, you have to look after your body. You have to get better each and every day. And, like, that's not a 1 week thing or a 1 year thing.
Yeah.
That's a career long thing, right? And so, having said that, what excites me when I do get any type of downtime, I'm into tattooing. As you know, I love trying to figure out time when I can get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Got one last week, my first one in Denver, so I was
Nice.
psyched. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's from Atlanta, so he's moving back, and now I'm stuck again. But
Road trip.
yeah, so hip hop again, not a ton of conscious, but Eric B for president. I mean, like,
Yeah, we saw you at the show the other night.
Colorado's crazy for conscious. Like, it's best place in terms of like Red Rocks, obviously Ogden, Fillmore, like sick shows. So. Got to see some hip hop, which I love. Take my mom to Paul Simon. I feel it's great. It's gonna be dope. It's the last ever concert. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, stuff like that is important to me. Obviously, just kind of getting away from it and doing those type of things. Basketball, I love hoops.
Yeah.
The Knicks haven't been in the playoffs in a while, so I have to find another team to root for. But I love the Knicks. Love the NBA.
Nice. My last thing, I've been kind of impressed since you got here, and a lot of people don't get to see it, but your work, or just getting the chance to meet kids and families who are affected by Tourette's.
Yes.
Whether it's, and this blows my mind. I try to preach to people.
Thank you.
But this is the type of guy he is, and I don't want to make you blush or anything,
I
but
appreciate it.
I feel you need to have it called out a little bit, because it's on the road, it's at home, it's after a crappy loss, it's after a win. It doesn't matter. You're talking to the kids, the families. Can you talk a little bit about how important that is to you, and Howard's Heroes, and how that's kind of taken jump?
I appreciate you mentioned that. We came up with a plan. Someone more creative than me came up with the name Howard's Heroes, and I tell these families and these kids that I meet, they are my heroes, because like I'm lucky. I get a platform. Tourette syndrome is a very visible thing. Sometimes it sucks because you can't hide it. You can't just throw a T-shirt on and hide it, and it's there for everyone to see. And I learned a long time ago. I was 21, and I started talking about it with the media, and I have a great platform. I go out every week on national television, and if I twitch or if I cough too much, or people see it, and it's there, and I have an amazing platform. And so I remember it was like being a kid, and having to look up to somebody to figure out what the heck's going on with me. And so I just want to give kids an opportunity while I still have this platform. They reach out to me so often through social media, through the club, and it's just an opportunity to give back to them. And it's perspective, right? Sometimes we get our asses kicked and like, man, this stinks, And like, here's a kid struggling with TS, and you're like, it gives a perspective. The loss still hurts, but it's also nice to kind of see these kids and be there. And obviously, we've been winning some games, and there are good luck charms, I tell them. So it's been really fun for me to kind of see them and see their families. We share such an incredible bond that not many people have, so it's special for me.
Nice, and I'm sure they like having that to be able to look at.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We know you're up against it on time.
Well, I appreciate it.
We want to be able to get an awesome little tailgate photo.
Yes.
So we'll step out front here with the stadium in the background.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks
This
for
is all
having
the
me,
time
man.
we have for him. So if you guys just want to back up, and you'll be a part of the photo, and that'll be great.